All right, hello and welcome everybody. Emmett Ferguson here, and as you can see, I have two fairly large canvases in front of me. They're both from different companies. So this one is from a company named ARTEZA, and this canvas is from a company named US Art Supply. And these are both fairly just fairly standard canvas makers that both have wood on the back. And I'm not going to speak so much as to materials that they use, as far as I'd rather talk about the overall construction of them, because that's what you're really going to notice as far as construction. Now, these are both primed, and I couldn't tell exactly. I was able to paint on them both fairly well. I wasn't able to really tell if there was a difference as far as the priming goes, but the biggest difference that is almost instantly noticeable, I mean, these are both about the same size. I mean, they're supposed to be 24 by 36 inches, so 3 feet as far as the actual longest part, and then 2 feet, so 24 by 36 inches. And the most noticeable thing, I don't know the exact dimension as far as the this way goes, but I think the US Art Supply is just a tiny bit bigger. But the biggest difference that you're going to be able to see here is in the back. So let me put this down right here and bring this other one up. This is going to be where the biggest difference in these two paintings go. So as you can see, that this is the US Art Supply one. So the US Art Supply one has a cross backing. So it has a back that is these two bars that go up and down horizontally, one horizontal, one vertical, and it's constructed pretty well, I would say. As far as the construction, both of these are stapled up through the back, and as well as this one is stapled up across the back as well. The only other construction difference is, I think if I had to pick a favorite, I definitely like the US Art Supply version because of this backing. This backing is innovative. It's innovative, it's interesting. However, the actual execution of the design, it turns out that a lot of it ends up, the shape ends up getting a little bit messed up sometimes. So the wood, as you could tell, no matter wherever the wood touches, basically they either have to use a nail. It's a combination of nail and glue within each of these areas. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 areas where they have to nail and glue, whereas this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, plus this little intersection right here. So really less chances for the stability to get messed up. But this is a pretty standard construction right here. I think they were getting really innovative with this, but it's a big one. So here's where some problems came up, was when I was trying to move this around. When you try to move this around, it's much easier when you have this and you're able to carry it from the center as well as from the top or from the sides, that you can carry and do a reveal and everything. So unfortunately when I use this one, I don't have that same luxury. I don't have the same luxury of just being able to grab it from a certain part. I grab it from right here, and that's nice, and I grab it from right here, and I could show this or demonstrate, but it just feels a little bit awkward. It doesn't feel as natural as just picking up something from the center. But nothing totally wrong with this or anything. Although I will say, I am a bit disappointed by the construction. Let's just take these two as a sample size. Not all of them are constructed like this. But again, this is the ARTEZA. The ARTEZA is the one with these angular bars at the top. And as you could tell, in some areas, let's see, like right here, they use a lot of glue, which is nothing wrong with glue. But you can also see that this bar, maybe you can see that this bar is a little warped. This bar right here, this piece right here is a little warped. And, I don't know the science of all this as far as engineering goes. But there's something to say. Like when I first saw this, I was like, oh, hey, it's like a truss design, a triangle design. It must be more stable. And I think at some level that these areas are more stable. But, in order for that to really work, I think these both have to kind of be touching in the center for it to really have that like real like bridge engineering type design. But as far as this goes, some of these parts are closer. You can see that some of the wood has come up a little bit. It's a little bit bent, while some are touching the surface. So, as far as painting on it goes, it both felt pretty much the same. The canvas did a great job. They both do staples in the back. It's just, I think this one, the ARTEZA version, has this challenge of they wanted to come up with interesting design, and I'm sure it probably doesn't make a difference on a smaller canvas, but on these bigger canvases, it is nice to be able to have these two supports. And I think this ultimately, over the long term, could probably be better because it helps to keep them at a proper space on both sides, whereas this one really doesn't do that because it still feels like it could like change size throughout the seasons. But again, as far as like carrying these go, right, it's nice to just be able to, and these paints are totally dry right now, it's nice to be able to just pick it up from the center and be able to rotate it and be able to show your painting, and it's like really easy to move around. I could spin it and things like that. Not that you want to do that with your painting, but just for the purpose of demonstrating, especially if you're painting and you're constantly rotating your painting, you're an abstract artist. If you're not an abstract artist, if you're totally figurative, then it might not matter. You're not going to be like, spinning your painting around or moving it or anything like that. But, this one's not too bad either. But again, I just never really figured out the overall design. And, I think that this one, the ARTEZA, has slightly more chances for mistakes because you see there's like glue here, there's parts coming up here. I know the nails go in too, but then like, the staples, I mean, they both have staples. So, here we go. You get a little bit, also, what I just noticed? I think US Art Supply gives you just a little bit more canvas. So they use a thicker piece of wood around the edge, a wider piece of wood, wider pieces of wood around these edges, and add just a little bit more canvas for support. I think this is handy when you're trying to prepare it for hanging, like for a show or something, because you need enough space to put the hangers and to be able to put the hangers in. Oh yeah, that's another thing that is an issue that might be important. Actually, it's not too big of a problem, but if you're gonna hang your canvas, you want a place to be able to insert it about a third of the way down. So you need to insert your hangers like right around here, which means it's like perfect. You have space right here. I think you could pretty much do that with here too. You go like a third of the way down, but it's just like awkward to have this extra bar here. I would love to obviously eventually hear of the actual designer's intentions, but it just feels more intuitive to have this crossbar in the back. And ARTEZA, the canvas is fine. It's absolutely an absolutely fine canvas. But if I had a choice, if I'm gonna be honest, I would rather go with the US Art Supply version with this standard crossbar. And both canvases themselves, the actual painting surface, feel great. I didn't have any issues with that. Although I don't remember which one. One of them had a staple sticking through, and I can't remember which one it was. I don't know what they did, but I guess they stapled both sides. I want to say, but I don't remember which one. So I don't want to throw it either one on the bus. Let me see if I can find it. I might be able to find one of the paintings that had that staple in the front. Let's see here. No, not this one. Let's see. You know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but one of them did have a staple in the front. So, let's see. Is this it? This one does not seem to have a staple in front, so no worries. But anyway, abstract pieces. It's nice to, the ultimate biggest difference is just being able to like maneuver it around, right? Like this one I could just pick up from the center. It's got a central support, and I can just, you know, maneuver. So if you're like tight on space, or you need you need to move your products around a lot, that might be helpful. And then this one, the one in the back, the ARTEZA one with these angled bars, I'm sure this design is beneficial for something, but you know, especially if your painting's wet, you can't be holding it like this. You know, you really do want something in the center, like in a crossbar here, so that you can just like hold it up. Whereas this one is kind of awkward. I'm trying to figure out a way to like hold it right in the center, as opposed to only being able to hold it from this angle. And again, I can hold it, but not as intuitive. And I guess, you know, this is actually a pretty safe way to hold it. If you just like hold it at an angle right here, it's a pretty safe way. But it's just intuitive. Look at this. I want to say, so this one, this area right here, it's also not as standardized, these ARTEZA ones, I would say. So you can see at the bottom there, at the bottom edge, those are touching, right? These two pieces at the bottom are touching, but these two pieces up here are not. So fortunately with canvases, you know, you use them, and at the end of the day, if you ever need to preserve them long term, you know, you could just use a staple remover to remove the staples, and then, you know, put the canvas up on on your own setting. But for original paintings, it does help to have some of the stuff that the U.S. Art Supply people added into their designs. But with that said, that is this review of U.S. Art Supply compared with the ARTEZA brand. And yeah, so these are 24 by 36. I don't know if they do the same exact design for all of their sizes, but I think, you know, again, the bigger sizes, the smaller sizes probably don't matter as far as crossbar versus the like triangle bars. But I'm sure that especially on these bigger ones, it helps to have that extra support. So with that said, that is our review. We have adopted a kitten here. I've adopted this kitten from the animal shelter, so just want to invite him into the end of this video. How are you, Scout? How's this guy? He's a very, very nice cat. I'm very happy about him. That's how we're going to wrap this up. That's how we're going to wrap this up, right? Huh, Scout? Say hello. Say hello to your fans, huh? Yes? Yes? No? So we have officially adopted him as of yesterday. We were fostering, and it's going a little off topic though. We were fostering, and you know, supposedly it's really hard to get black cats adopted. I don't know why. It's the sweetest thing. Well, I mean, I know why. It's because people are still somewhat superstitious or whatever. But he's an awesome cat. Lovable cat, easy to love. All right. So with that, love black cats, everybody. ARTEZA compared with the U.S. Art Supply canvases. And with that, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Happy painting.